Need a camera mount. Oh well. Okay, I just uploaded a short titled "What Wedges Do You Have in Your Life?" Well, if you're a Christian, you're reading your Bible, and your foundation for your life needs to be either the rock or the sand. And if you have the rock as your foundation, are there any wedges in your life? I mean, is there anything that is in your life that can be used to separate your heart from God, to turn your heart away from God? I mean, is it a spouse? Is it children? Is it career? Is it sin? Your flesh? Or what? I mean, the image I had this morning before I decided to make this video was about, there was a video on YouTube of like an 84-year-old traditional rock splitter. And what he would do is he would drill a hole by hand. This was all by hand, using hammers and chisels and special tools made for rock splitting. And then he would put in wedges. He would put in a wedge all along a crack that he got started. And he would keep putting in more and more wedges until he could separate this large stone into pieces. And it's interesting is who is in charge of the hammer in your life that is impacting these wedges that have been placed in your life. These could be decisions that you've made. These could be things that you put before God. These could be things that you have as fears. These could be insecurities. These could be old scars and wounds and things. But as you submit yourself to God, I think He will hammer on these wedges. Or He can remove them. I've had some wedges. I've had fears before I got married. Things that I carried into marriage of insecurities and so-called traditions or stereotypes of marriage. You know, I'm in a step family situation, and you know there's stereotypes that come into play with that, and fears can be developed, and God will allow you to live that way. God will allow your fears to become real, to take place in your life. And it all depends upon where your heart is. I mean, how are you experiencing hardship and pain and suffering in your life? And what does it do to your heart towards God? I mean, do you shake your fist at Him and then turn and walk away and say, I'm done? Or do you lay your hand open flat and not cling to the things that He gave you? I mean, the things you cling onto most tightly in your life, if it's not God, He is jealous and He is going to challenge you. He's going to, in His sovereignty, allow Satan to sift you. Will you cling to those things more than you love God? And God allows Satan to take those things away from you. So how many wedges do you have? What part of you is God allowing Satan to separate, divide, break into pieces? Is what's left going to be of any use? Or will you just be a pile of gravel when this is through? I mean, if you've given your life to Christ and you're going to heaven, I mean, are you going to get there and That's all there's going to be. The Nick Vujicic video that I was watching and listening to this morning, he said about going to heaven and then looking behind him. Are you looking behind you when you go into heaven? To see the line of people behind you that you helped lead or bring along with you. That's the race. How many people can you bring with you?